Ready to escape into a world of enchanting pixels? What is up, my peeps? And today we're going to be reading the Sesame Street Library, featuring the number 14 with Jim Henson's Muppets. The Count at the Twiddlebug Picnic, featuring the number 14. One sunny April 14th, 14 Twiddlebugs decided to have a picnic. They planned it perfectly. There were 14 of everything. 14 paper napkins, 14 paper plates, 14 cups of Twiddle Punch, 14 jelly sandwiches, and 14 cupcakes. Just as they had everything set out for their picnic, along came the Count. "Springtime is wonderful," said the Count. "There's so much to count." Suddenly, he spied a tiny tablecloth in the grass. Bending over, he saw 14 tiny Twiddlebugs having a picnic. "Wonderful, wonderful," said the Count. What a wonderful day for a picnic." "Yes," said the Twiddlebugs, "if it doesn't rain like last year." "Rain," said the Count. "Impossible. I cannot find a single cloud in the sky to count. Do you mind if I could join you?" "Certainly not," they replied. "But we only have enough for 14. 14! Cried the Count. "My favorite number. I do not wish to disturb you. I only want to lie here and count." Carry on with your wonderful picnic." "Suit yourself," they said. The Twiddlebugs, crack. No, not crack. Crack. I can't do a very good lightning impression. The Twiddlebugs began to pass around their 14 jelly sandwiches. "Ah," said the Count. "One little jelly sandwich, 2 little jelly sandwiches, 3 little jelly sandwiches." There was a flash of lightning and the sound of thunder as the Count counted the sandwiches. The Twiddlebugs looked up nervously. "You don't think it'll rain, do you?" they asked. "It's nothing," said the Count. "Do not worry. Eat, little Twiddlebugs, eat." 8 cups of Twiddle Punch, 9 cups of Twiddle Punch. The Count counted everything on the Twiddlebug menu, while they worried more and more about the rain. 12 adorable little cupcakes, 13 adorable little cupcakes, said the Count. "This is so exciting! 14 adorable little cupcakes!" Thunder and lightning crashed around the tiny picnic, and the Count kept counting. The Twiddlebugs were starting to pack up and run home. One of them cried, Wait, we don't have to go home." And she handed out 14 little red and white polka dot umbrellas. "Look at that," cried the Count. "I thought I counted everything. First I will count the umbrellas, and then I will count the polka dots. 1 little red and white polka dot umbrella, 2 little red and white polka dot umbrellas, 3 little red and white polka dot umbrellas. Wonderful, wonderful, a wonderful picnic." And it was. Which picture of Grover is different? The left side. Which picture of Ernie is different? The second one to the left. Which picture of Cookie Monster is different? The fourth one to the right. What is a magnifying glass? What is a magnifying glass? A magnifying glass is a special tool. A magnifying glass makes things look bigger. When you make something look bigger, you are magnifying it. How do you use a magnifying glass? You hold it up to your eye and look through the glass part. You look at whatever you want to see bigger. What do things look like through a magnifying glass? Look at the next page. Here is a picture of a magnifying glass. Here is a picture of somebody's hand. Here's a picture of the same hand through a magnifying glass. Here's a picture of some stamps. Here's a picture of the same stamps through a magnifying glass. You can make your own magnifying glass. Here's what you do. Get a plain glass, fill it half full of water, put the glass on a table, sit at the table so your nose is right on the edge, put your hand behind the glass. Does your hand look bigger? What other things can you look at through a magnifying glass? In and out. Not to be confused with the fast food chain of a similar name. On the West Coast, I believe it is. Anyway. Grover is in the bathtub. Grover is out of the bathtub. Grover is in the airplane. Grover is out of the airplane. Grover is in the barrel. Grover is out of the barrel. Is Grover in or out? In. Is Grover in or out? Out. And stay out. Oh, Oscar. Is Grover in or out? In. Is Grover in or out? Out. 3 Monster Catch. Grover and Cookie Monster were playing catch. Harry? I think so you say that. Harry Monster walked over to Grover and Cookie. "Can I play ball with you?" Harry Monster asked. "Oh, that's a good idea," Grover said. "We will play 3 Monster Catch. We will stand in a circle and throw the ball to each other. First I throw the ball to Cookie, then Cookie throws the ball to Harry, then Harry throws the ball to me. Won't that be fun?" First, I, Grover, will throw the ball to Cookie Monster. Grover threw the ball to Cookie. Cookie Monster caught the ball. "Next, me, Cookie Monster, will eat the ball," said Cookie. No, said Grover. "Don't eat the ball. Throw it to Harry Monster." "Yes, me no," said Cookie. "Me only kidding." So Cookie Monster threw the ball to Harry, but Harry did not put his hands out to catch it. The ball landed on the ground. "Stop the game," said Grover. What's the matter, Harry? You forgot to catch the ball." Harry looked very sad. "I didn't forget, Grover," said Harry. I don't know how to catch a ball." And Harry started to cry. "Don't cry, Harry," said Grover. "Cookie and I will teach you how to catch." "You will?" sobbed Harry. "Gee, that's great." So Cookie and Grover kept throwing the ball to Harry. Soon he was able to catch it. "Now," Grover said, "we can all catch. So let us play 3 Monster Catch." Just as they were about to start playing, Big Bird came along. "Hi, everybody," he said. "Can I play too?" "Sure," said Harry. "Here, catch the ball." And he threw the ball to Big Bird. "But I don't know how to catch," said Big Bird. "You don't?" said Harry. "Well, Big Bird, take it from me. All you need is a little practice. I will teach you how to catch the ball." So Harry Monster taught Big Bird how to catch the ball, and they all played 3 Monster and 1 Bird Catch until it was time to go home. In the size of the beholder, one warm spring day, Big Bird decided to take a walk. He put his good luck penny in his hand and started off. As soon as he left his nest, Big Bird banged his head on a tree branch. "Ouch!" he yelled. "I'm so big, I'm always banging my head." A few minutes later, Big Bird tripped over a rock and fell down. "Ouch!" he yelled again. "I'm so big and tall, I didn't even see that rock way down there on the grounds," Big Bird said. "I hate being such a big bird. I'm always getting in the way and bumping into things. My head is so up high that I trip over things because I can't see them. I wish I were little." Just then, Little Bird swooped down in front of Big Bird. He had a balloon in his beak and was all out of breath. "Hello, Little Bird," said Big Bird. "Where did you come from?" "I've been flying after this balloon," said Little Bird. "I got so tired I just had to rest. I'm too little. I have to flap my wings so hard to get anywhere fast. I hate being little. Everyone I know is big. I have to try really hard to keep up with my friends. Sometimes they even forget I'm there because I'm so little." "Gee," said Big Bird, "I didn't know being little was hard. I just thought it was hard being big." "Well, I thought being big was the most wonderful thing in the world," said Little Bird. While Little Bird and Big Bird kept talking and were thinking about being little and big, Little Bird's balloon escaped and started to float away. "You can get that balloon, Big Bird," said Little Bird. "You have long legs and can take big steps." Big Bird caught the balloon in no time and gave it back to Little Bird. "Being big can be very helpful," said Big Bird happily. Just then, Big Bird's lucky penny dropped from his hand and rolled under the step. "Oh no, my good luck penny! I'm too big to fit under that step to get it." "But I'm not," said Little Bird. And he marched proudly over to the step, stuck his beak underneath, and pulled out the penny. Being little isn't so bad after all," said Little Bird. So Big Bird and Little Bird walked down Sesame Street together. Big Bird was happy to be big, and Little Bird was happy to be little. Red light, green light. We are not doing this. I'm just going to skip this page, because we are not playing that. Time for a snack, or get it while it's there. It's snack time. I, Grover, am going to help with snack. First, I put the cups on the table, 1 for each person. Where's number 3? There's number 3. Then I put the plates on the table, 1 for each person. Now it's time to pour the juice. Where's number? There it is. Now it's time to pour the juice. Whoops. Now it's time to wipe up the juice I spilled. Oh well, nobody's perfect. Now it's time to pass out the yummy nuts and raisins. Now it is time to tell everyone to come have a snack. Oh no! Now it's time to start all over again. The end of this story, but not the video. Pets on Sesame Street. What pets do your friends on Sesame Street have? Let's see. Kangaroo, a pigeon, a duck, a rabbit, an octopus, a giraffe, a cat, a parrot, a chicken, and a pig. What does Oscar the Grouch have? Pig. Whose pet is the kangaroo? Cookie Monster's pet. Cookie Monster. Or Cookie, as he is sometimes referred to as. Look all over the page. What pet does each of your friends have? Oh! I would have just did that. Huh. And here's all the pets' dialogue. I use pouch for cookies. Peanut butter sandwiches. 8 legs! Now I have a real one. Doing the pigeon. We see eye to eye. Oh, she's so soft. It can say Grover is nice. It wakes me in the morning. We both like mud. Grover's bedtime story. Thank you very much for inviting me to sleep over at your house, Grover, said Prairie Dawn. I've had such a good time. Oh, it's fun to have somebody come to visit and sleep over, said Grover. I'm glad you could come, but now it's late, and I think we'd better go to sleep. Grover, said Prairie Dawn, there's just one little thing I'd like to hear. There's just one little thing. I like to hear a bedtime story before I go to sleep. When I'm home, my daddy usually tells me a story. That's a problem, said Grover. We could call your daddy on the telephone, and he could tell you a story over the phone. How would that be? I have a better idea, said Prairie Dawn. Why don't you tell me a bedtime story? Me, said Grover. Me? Cute. I'm cute, furry, adorable... Oh my god. Furry. Anyway, adorable old Grover, tell you a bedtime story? Why not, said Prairie Dawn. I'm sure you know lots of nice stories. Well, said Grover, I haven't told many bedtime stories before. In fact, none is how many bedtime stories I've told. None at all. I really do not know how to tell a bedtime story. Oh, I'm sure you can do it, said Prairie Dawn. Just start at the beginning and the rest will take care of itself. She got into bed and pulled the covers up around her chin. Okay, Grover, I'm ready. You can start your bedtime story now. Oh dear, said Grover. How to do this? Just start at the beginning and see what happens, huh? Ahem. All right. Once upon a time, he began. Yes, that's an exciting beginning to my story. Once upon a time. Grover, said Prairie Dawn, what comes next? I beg your pardon, asked Grover. Well, Prairie Dawn, all you said was once upon a time. There has to be more to the story than that. That's just a beginning to the story. What happens next? Oh, said Grover. You want to know what happens next? Of course you do. Well, let's see. Once upon a time... Grover began again. They lived happily ever after. There you are. Grover, said Prairie Dawn. What kind of a story is that? That's not the way to tell a story. Once upon a time they lived happily ever after? That's ridiculous. You didn't like the way it ended, asked Grover. I always thought they lived happily ever after was a nice ending to a story. The beginning was okay. The ending was okay, but there's no middle. No middle, said Grover. What's a middle? The middle is the story, is the story part of the story, where everything happens, explained Prairie Dawn. You left out the whole middle part. I'm sorry, Prairie Dawn, said Grover. I told you I didn't have much experience in telling bedtime stories. Well, let me show you how it works, said Prairie Dawn. Then you will know how you can tell me my bedtime story. That is an excellent idea, said Grover. Okay, Prairie Dawn. First you start your story with a once upon a time as you did, but then you have to follow it with the middle part of the story. So here it goes. Once upon a time, there was a king named Roundtree, and he had a very smart and beautiful daughter named Victoria Joyce. One day, a wicked magician came and put a spell on the three good fairies, who were weaving an enchanted cloak in which to wrap the mysterious silver apple so it could be delivered to the wondrous Wizard of the West. So their fingers turned into string beans and they can no longer weave the enchanted cloak. But the brave little girl mesmerized the 6 fire-breathing dragons that guarded the castle gate and flew on the magic flying horse, Basingstoke, through the skies, dodging the evil eagles and horrid hawks that swooped and darted at her, onto the wizard's palace, where she delivered the silver apple to the wizard all by herself. The wizard was so amazed at Victoria's splendid feats of bravery and courage that he presented her with a beautiful singing bird and flower that would always be in bloom. The evil witches on the mountain gashed their teeth and pulled out their hair because they wanted the singing bird and the amazing ever-blooming flower, but they knew they could not fight against such a glorious girl as Victoria Joyce, and Victoria sailed home to her father's castle on the back of a great golden swan. And here is where you put the ending part on Grover. And she lived happily ever after. There, you see how easy it is to tell a bedtime story? You absolutely must have the middle part, or else it's not a story at all. Do you understand now? Grover. But Grover had fallen fast asleep. Oh dear, said Prairie Dawn, now I've done it. I've told such a good story, I've put Grover to sleep. Now what am I going to do? I'll be up all night. Just then, the door opened and Grover's mommy came into the room. Would you like to hear a bedtime story, Prairie Dawn? Asked Grover's mommy. I used to tell bedtime stories to Grover, but he would always fall asleep right after the once upon a time part. He never heard the middle and end. It'd be a great treat to tell a bedtime story to someone who could stay awake long enough to hear the happily ever after part. Oh, thank you, said Prairie Dawn, and she curled up under the covers as Grover's mommy sat down beside the bed. Once upon a time, began Grover's mommy. The end of that story. Bert lost 14 pigeons. Can you help find them? Okay. You could pause the video for that last part. Food for thought. Can you name the food that you see on this page? Touch a carrot, touch an apple. What else do you see? Okay. There's a carrot, and there's an apple. I see a bunch of other foods. Y'all could also pause the video for this part as well, if you really, really want to. As well as for the Bert lost 14 pigeons there. Here. There you go. Now you could pause the video so you can see both pages. Alright, moving on. Oh, apparently there's more to the food thing. Okay. Same here. Just pause the video for this part. Okay. Ooh. This will be... Okay, I could do this. You are what you eat. Look closely. What is Bert made out of? That's interesting. Okay, no. You could also pause this as well. Okay, moving on. Why do we... Whoops. Why do we Oh my goodness. Why do we exercise? Exercise is fun. It makes us feel good. Exercise keeps our body strong and stretchy. The more we exercise, the longer we are able to play without getting tired. Some exercises are not easy to do when we first learn them, but if we keep trying and don't give up, we will be able to make better... Oh my goodness. We will be able to make better exercise... Camera, work with me here. There we go. Oh my goodness. What the... There we go, okay. I'm just going to restart this part. Why do we exercise? Exercise is fun. It makes us feel good. Exercise keeps our body strong and stretchy. The more we exercise, the longer we are able to play without getting tired. Some exercises are not easy to do when we first learn them, but if we keep trying and don't give up, We will be able to do our exercises better and better. Some people like to do yoga exercises. Some people like to do dance exercises. Some people like to do stretching exercises. What kind of exercises do you like to do? Do you play sports? Did you know that exercise helps us to play sports better? Exercise helps us to do everything better. I do apologize for that slightly weird angle there. My camera kept going out of focus. Oh, look! Yo! It's like an actual recipe on here. Okay. That is actually so cool. Okay, then. You can also pause the video here and use the recipe as a reference. That is actually really cool. Anyway, moving on. What do you see on this page? You're standing at the bottom of this building. Looking up, turn the book upside down. Look again. What do you see on this page now? Now you're at the top of the building, looking down. Yeah, it's like the same thing. That is a cool optical illusion, actually. That is so cool. Anyway. The monsters' alphabet. And now those lovable, laughable monsters from Sesame Street proudly present the monsters' alphabet. A is for accordion. B is for bulldozer. C is for cookie. D is for door. E is for elephant. F is for fire truck. G is for goose. H is for house. I is for ice cream. J is for jump rope. L is for lion. M is for moon. K is for octopus. K is for kangaroo, sorry. O is for octopus. N is for net. P is for paint. Q is for queen. R is for rainbow. S is for sandwich. T is for telephone. U is for umbrella. V is for Valentine. W is for wishing well. X is for X-ray. Y is for yo-yo. And Z is for zipper. The end. But not the end of the video just yet. It's Bert and Ernie. Boy, Bert, I can't wait to try Big Bird's banana bread. Ha 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 ha, that's a clever reference to the last page. You're going to get fat, Ernie. Better keep exercising. That's also another clever reference. Huh. And finally, we've come to the end of this book. Oh, and here's what it says on the back. You could pause the video to read that. Alright. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.